Dan here, and I'm sorry I haven't been around for such a long time. I've just been working and all sorts of things and just haven't had any time for a long time. I've recently moved and I'm revamping my new craft area, and I came across a company which I'm not sure if you've heard of before or if you've actually used before. It's a company called Temu. Now I believe they must have depositories all over different parts of the world, because my order came within 6 days and it was free delivery, and I think that was pretty good going. And the first item I'm going to show you is this lovely heart-shaped die, which is all in one piece. I've cut it out on quite strong paper, and you see it's not flimsy at all. Now you can use it, you can use it as an insert into your paper, or what I think would be lovely would be actually a border to your card. Really nice. And it cut out beautifully on my little tattered lace die cutter, which is only about that wide, the actual feed, and also on my big cutter that I use all the time for most things. And you get, with it, you get 2 hearts that will come out in full. The others come out sort of slightly cut through because of the various things of it. But that is what you can use on the papers as well. It cut through in one pass. No actual, it wasn't necessary to put any paper in or anything to make it stronger. So it just cut through one pass, and I didn't go through twice with it. Beautiful, very happy with that. And if I didn't say it before, it was the princely sum of €1.95. The next die I'm going to show you is this one. It is a die, again it's a strip die, and it's of different leaves, actually. It's very pretty. So this actually cuts out of the card itself, so as you'll see if it's on there, it actually cuts into the card. I've only used old bits of cut cards for this, and it will give you lots of leaves to play with, to put on your page as well, or whether you're doing a card or a scrapbook setup. There's lots of little leaves that come out of it, which is very useful. So, and that one was 1.48 in euros terms. So, oops. The next one, I really love this little one here. It is it's a bit like a fireworks star sort of die. Again, it's really pretty, and it's very fine. And again, this cut in one pass through on both my machines, and look how pretty that is. It's really gorgeous, and how fine it is. You can see exactly how fine it is. And also you get the 4 actual star cutouts with it, to use on your design if you need to, so you get the additional stars. But that is so pretty, as you can see. If I hold it up like that, it's really pretty on your card. But oops, very pretty indeed. And that was €1.48 again. So all these dies are very well priced. The next one is a Merry Christmas. Now this one was €2.88, and you get Merry, which cuts out, and Christmas, which is in a different font. And so here we go. There's the Merry, there's the Christmas, which is really pretty, nice font. And then you get the Merry in a different font, M-E double, oops, oh, won't come up, oops, I should have had a little poking tool with me or something to pick it up with. Oh and that's another flower from there, and there's the Y. So you can place it all in a line or higgledy-piggledy as you wish, although actually the die actually comes with a positioning tool for it as well. So if you wanted to keep it straight after you cut it out, you can just put that on your page and put the Mary in wherever you like. Obviously it wouldn't fit in over here because that's where the Christmas is, but it cuts out very, very nicely, and I was very pleased with that. And you can obviously use the waist if you wanted to do another Mary. You could always use that. So I hope you can see that. Anyway, so that's, and I think I told you the price of that one. So that one I'm very pleased with. In fact, I'm very pleased with all of them so far. So I thought I was very happy with the actual package I got. Now these are some brushes. They're for using for obviously for blending. I haven't tried blending anything with them yet, but they are no, I lie. They work out at 130 each, 6.48 for 5 different colours, and they are incredibly soft. They've got so many bristles, and they are incredibly soft that I actually think I'm going to use one of them as a makeup brush, or possibly 2 of them, because they're just so lovely, and I'm looking forward to using those. But at the moment I haven't found any of my ink stamps, so inking palettes, so I can't use those to try it out yet. Here we have another die, which is butterflies. Now this one comes in 2 parts. Well, actually it comes in 3 parts, but I forgot to actually order the stamp die there. So there's a stamp die that goes with it, so you can actually stamp the butterflies and then cut them out with this, or you can cut them out the other butterflies, these ones, with this lovely stamp. So you've got all these butterflies, and they cut out superbly well, just one pass, and they're quite intricate. As you can see, they've got spots all the way around them, and even the little one here has cut out, and I didn't have any problem with any of the, that comes into focus, any of the little bits that came out of it. So you can, I haven't cut them up yet. There's also what appears to be like a little brick wall or something here. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. Oh, and they are, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different butterflies, and then on the ones that you cut out, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and obviously you would take these pieces out before you cut them, otherwise you end up, voila, with a hole in it, which wouldn't do it much good at all. And then there's this little thing here, which I assume has to be like the little from the butterfly flying, and I assume that this has something to do with the brick wall. But that's 2 huge dies you get, so an awful lot for your money in this one. And this one is $6.98, and I've ordered the actual stamp set that goes with this today, so I'm hoping that will be in here next week, and I can show you some cards I make with it if I found my inking pads by then. So that's, I say, they are very, very pretty, these ones, and I love butterflies. I told you the price of those. Right, here we go, and yet another one. I've been very naughty. Again, some more butterflies. This came in as a strip of butterflies, but I've actually separated them out, and these are ingenious. They are wonderful, as you can see here, because the way it cuts, it's 3D. So you have the wings there, the wings there, and the wings there. Now I've cut these again on the same thick card, and these I just cut on my little tattered lace die cutting machine. Again, only passing once, and have all the antlers and everything, and nothing spoilt on them. All the little, as you can see, there's lots of little dots to come out, and they all came out. Very, very pretty. So you've got three, you've got large, oops, got tangled up. The medium, again, this has exactly the same setup. It cuts it in 3 sections, which is really gorgeous. And again, you've got all the little pinholes around the edge of the wings. And then the tiny one. Again, same system. You can pop that up, pop that up, pop those up, or lay them flat, however, and the little pinpricks all around the outside. So those I thought were absolutely delightful, and those three were £3.59 in euros. So that is absolutely gorgeous in my mind. And next we come to this little chap here, which is a little tiny little Christmas tree. Now I've deliberately left the paper in it. This just cuts out of your paper. It just cuts a little tiny, so you could use this as a border on the inside anywhere. But also, if you carefully take your Christmas tree off it and then leave all the bits of paper in there, if you've got another one, you make another one a different colour, you could put some transfer paper on this, take all the pieces out and then place them in here, and you have a different insert colours. So that would be quite pretty, and that was really, really cheap. That was only 89 centimes, so really, really cheap. My other Christmas one, which I love and I think is so beautiful, is this die, this big round die. It's got houses on and a deer and everything. This was £2.99, so quite reasonable. And this cuts out so beautifully. It's very delicate. I'll put it up on the piece of paper so you can actually see it. It's absolutely glorious. You can see you have all the little houses, the Christmas trees, the foliage, a deer and a Merry Christmas. I'm actually going to use this a lot. And again, this was cut out of the same thickness of card. It did take a couple, probably 2 passes, and I had to use a piece of folded copy paper in it just to give it a little bit of depth, because the first one I cut out didn't actually, it cut out most of it but not this edge of it. So it does need a little bit, it just depends on your cutter. It could be my cutter, it was my Big Shot. Obviously it wouldn't go through the tattered lace one, so it quite could well be my cutter, I'm not sure, but that I thought was really lovely. I also bought a stamping tool to help me. Comes in 2 pieces. I don't know quite why. This has got a sticky bit that you stick on the bottom. For some reason it doesn't come complete, but I suppose maybe this wears out and you can just buy this bit separately. And this was very reasonable again. It was £1.79, and I've never had a tool for actually putting pressure on. I'm getting older, so my hands are a bit more weak, I suppose you could say. So to have something to actually give you a little bit more force on with your stamps, it's very, very useful. So it's a stamp pressure tool. And I bought these 2 plates because I've got the very large die cutting machine, and I thought it would be nice to have some smaller plates, so I'm not always struggling with the big plates. Oh yes, they've got a protective sheeting on them. So the 2 of these were £9.19 to go in my Big Shot. I haven't tried them through there yet, but I think that would be very useful, and I can keep them pristine if I want to. As I say, these came in 6 days. Very, very good delivery, and I was very pleased with it. I had some other bits that I used. I had some tape for my bathroom because I wanted to do some, I don't know where I've put it. If I could see it, I'd show it to you. Oh, I know what else I've got as well. To go around the edge of my sink because it needed some caulking around it, and I'm not very good with that. That works superbly. I bought a shower head. It was meant to be a pressure shower head. Wasn't too pleased with that. It gave a little bit more pressure, but I wasn't very happy with it. And I also bought a cover for my phone, which it turned out it wasn't the right make for my phone, or they'd sent 2 pieces the same. So I sent them, well, I just got onto the chat line with the company, and they said they would either refund me immediately onto my Temu account, or that they would send me the money back, but it would take five days or so because it's international. As I'm going to be buying more from Temu, I said, well, just put it back onto my Temu account, and it was there it was there before we'd even finished the conversation, which I was very pleased about. Oops, another butterfly. I also bought this. I don't really know why I bought this. It's called Nano Tape. It's a double-sided heavy-duty tape, and this whole roll was only 54 centimes, so not at all expensive. You can see how thick it is. Hopefully from there, it's really quite thick. I've no idea what I'm going to do with it, but apparently it doesn't actually spoil paintwork or anything like that on the wall. It's double-sided, as I say. You just have to pull the top off. No idea yet why I bought it or what I'm going to use it on, but I just thought it was useful, so I bought it. My husband probably think I'm absolutely start raving bonkers. Now, the other things I bought were some cutting mats. Now, I have got a scan and cut, and as we know, you can only use scan and cut mats with them, and they are exceedingly expensive. Very, very, as you all know, very expensive. Now, I bought this mat. I'd had an idea that I would try something like this. This is a standard adhesive mat. And I have had an idea about this, of what I was going to do, and then somebody has beaten me to it on YouTube. But I would do a video of this when I find my scan and cut mats. My intention is to adhere this to my original mats, which are pretty scarred, to say the least, and just to see how long they last. I've just looked at it slightly. It seems reasonably tacky, and I think I've had to cut a little bit of it before I do it, but it seems, in fact, it seems very tacky. It seems pretty good, so I'll be interested to see how that goes. And that was, which side did I put it? It's got to be here. That was £2.88 for the mat. So compared to a scan and cut mat, I will do a full video of using it and give you my opinion of how it worked. I also bought 3 mats that are very similar to cricket mats, and these worked out at £7.98, so £2.66 each, because this was my original thought of using these, and I'd ordered these and then I saw the plain one, so I thought, well, this is also a standard grip mat. Now, prior to knowing about Temu, I actually bought some mats that would be useful for the same thing, but these again are standard mats. I don't use the strong mats and I don't use the material mats. But the 3 green mats from Temu were £7.98. These 3 from another online company, who I shall not name at the moment, were £17.99. So they were £10 and a penny, or sorry, €10 and a penny more for 3 mats. And I don't think you can say that the stickiness seems to be, they're similar, slightly different green. They still have the measurements on it, inches and centimetres, and these ones, are, the cheap ones from Temu, are green on the back, and the ones from the other company are white on the back. So I shall let you know how I go with those. And I think that's probably just about it. So I just want to say that as far as I'm concerned with my first delivery, I'm absolutely delighted with the quality of the dies. Buying dies is an expensive business, and we all like to have dies. And they cut beautifully, as I say, as I've shown you before. They are fabulous quality, and I've cut them through, deliberately cut them through fairly thick card. I've not tried this out, obviously, because I haven't got my stamps and I haven't stuck that on, so I haven't got my inks rather to do, but it just feels very comfortable, and I'm sure it'll be easy once it's got that on to actually use it as a stamping support. And these plates, brilliant bargain, I think at £9 for 2 plates, because I know from other sources they're a lot more money. My sticky tape, 54 centimes, brilliant bargain. And these brushes, I'm absolutely over the moon with these brushes. So all in all, there was a couple of items that were disappointing, and that was all. And they asked me if I wanted to refund the to return or refund the shower head, but it was only €4 something. So I decided, as I'd used it, tried it out, I wouldn't bother. Didn't seem worth it. And the other thing was the phone case. Well, it wasn't a case, it was a glassware phone, which I thought, well, I'll just see how the refunds go, and that was the easiest part of it. And I had a conversation with the customer department. I wanted to ask them a question about something, and they were more than helpful, couldn't be more helpful. So I have a reference which is AFN 1075. So if you're thinking of purchasing anything after seeing this, I would appreciate if you use that reference. I'll also post a link at the bottom if you want to download the actual program, well, not the program, it's not a program, you know, the app onto your phone or your tablet, and I'd be grateful if you use that, when you download it, if you use my link, because that helps me and it will help you. You also get lots and lots of discounts on various different things. They don't just do, as you see, the crafting supplies. They do lots of kitchen, they do storage. Oh, hang on, talking of storage, I bought this. I'm glad I remembered this. I bought this. I wasn't sure how it was going to be for putting in my paper. I've got lots of different colour paper that I use for inserts in cards. Now, when I saw it, I thought, I don't think they're all going to go in there, but I doubt that you can see it from here. But it opens up to an enormous, look how wide it opens to. So I'm going to get an awful lot of paper in there, and that, yes I did, that was $4.68. I bought 2 of those. I also bought a box folder, and I got it, I thought, don't really know why I bought that, and I'm not sure about it. But then I took it out the packet and I opened it, and again you can get a gazillion bits of different projects and things in there. So that, I think, is going to be very, very useful. I don't know if you can see it properly. Yes, just about there you can see it. And that was $5.99. And they do this in about 3 or 4 different colours. I just got that to try. I wasn't sure if I was going to send it back, but in actual fact, I'm sure it'll come in useful for something, so I shall keep it. And that's about where I've got to so far. As I say, I have ordered the die stamp to go with the butterflies, so I'll be interested to see what that comes out like. And I shall do a little demo on that, and I shall do a demo on the cutting mats and let you know how I'll get on with those. So thank you very much for getting this far with me and for supporting me. And as I say, I will leave everything in the link below. And if you want the numbers of any of these items, if you can't find them, it's very easy to find things. You just have to search on their site. But if you can't find anything, just send me a note through YouTube, and I will actually find the actual code and send it to you. But I'm very delighted, I have to say, and very delighted, as I say, with the prices, because crafting can be very expensive, because we make so many things, but how many things do we ever actually sell? Probably not that much in comparison to what we make. So to be able to find dies that work really, really well and cut well, I'm absolutely delighted. So have a good weekend, and thanks for watching so far. Bye for now. Finally, if you've enjoyed this video, please will you press the like button and probably also subscribe. I can't even say that word, subscribe, because then you can catch up with any previous videos or any I make in the future. Thank you very much.